Alright guys, we're here at Zach's. It looks like he's still sleeping, so I'm gonna work on the Miata a little bit before we head out to his dad's house to work on the C10. I'm sanding it down a little bit just to get it to where I could paint. A little update, threw some primer on there, got most of the bay, all the corners, core support, except for these spots where I'm going to be cutting the bay. As you can see, I didn't really paint right there simply because I'm going to be cutting it all out anyways and going to have to sand it down to weld some plates there, so there's no need to primer right there. Not done yet, this is only the first coat. Probably sand a few spots and redo it. Alright guys, we are back out here. Reason being was because there was a couple rough spots that I didn't really like, so I decided to sand everything smooth because most of my bay is really smooth, but there were some parts that had a little bit of patchiness and it was a little bit rough, and I want this to be really smooth and come out good. There's a lot of paint underneath this right here, so I had to sand that down better. Went ahead and sanded that down a little bit as well. I dripped right there accidentally. This is just primer, but I want to make sure the primer underneath the paint is perfect. Had a spot on the firewall where there's a little bit of a drip and you could notice it, so I decided to sand that down, make it cleaner. And also on my shock tower as well. I'm gonna sand that down with 220 and then paint it. We're using some Rust-Oleum primer, fast drying, wet sandable, large project size. I did my whole bay with one can. This is a new can. I'm just going to touch up the little spots. Hell yeah. Damn, you look like a race car driver. Where's the rest of your interior at, Buck? Carter, would you like to say a couple words to the camera? No? Say a couple words? No? Okay. It's okay, I didn't want you to say anything in there. Got one corner cut off. Took like 4 fucking hours. Just bang that piece down real quick and then I cut the rest of it off. We do the same to that side. I remember when you said, Alright guys, I cut all the way to the corner. Cut a little bit in this way. I'm just gonna see if I can hammer it all the way off and then clean up the sides. This was all out, but I hit it in with the hammer and it looks all clean, nice and tucked in there. There's gonna be some metal plates over this anyway, so it's gonna cover it all, but let me get that off. Oh, I see it. Hell yeah. That's all we're gonna do for now. Thank you, Mitch. Thanks, Mitch.
You're welcome.
Okay guys, so I made my cut last time I was here. Both sides were cut to fit the LS because the supports that were there previously would have not allowed the LS to fit. Now what we have to do now is buy some mild steel and weld in some supports into the two spots that we cut out. We don't have to do any modifications with the trans tunnel, should be fine. Okay guys, we're back at Zach's. We're going to be mocking up some pieces of metal to cover up the cuts that I've made. And then Ethan's gonna come over in a couple days and weld them up for me. So I will be sanding everything down when he does come over. I'm not gonna do it yet because I don't want anything to rust. So let me get to making those pieces and then I'll show you what I need to do. Now I'm starting to make my 5-inch cut. This is for the right side of my engine bay. I'm trying to draw a line.
I'm still the same boy that I was. We're still the same kids as yesterday. I'm still a virgin to heartbreak. I'm still the same boy that I was.
Okay guys, for this piece of steel, we've made a dotted line right here about 5 inches down. That is going to be right where I want to bend this piece. Then my buddy Ethan's going to weld it all up. He's also going to teach me how to weld it, so that'll be pretty cool. There's that piece. I'll probably cut a little bit off this side. Don't need that much. But yeah, this piece is for right there. It's going to go in that general area right there. I'll show you how it looks once I'm done cutting. Let me cut the pieces, and then I'll get that all fitted, and then we'll weld it up another day.
When you said that you love me, you said when you said.
Okay guys, so that piece is cut for the right side of my engine bay. I haven't cleaned it up yet. I will do that, but I'm just test fitting stuff right now. Right before Ethan puts it in, I'll clean everything up, and obviously we'll get it painted when it's in the car. This piece, I want to bend it. I'll show you guys that when it's done. Might need to bend it a little bit more, but I'm gonna go test fit these two pieces, and then cut a little bit more off on the side, on this side. And then cut some off about maybe 2 inches. I don't need this big of a piece, but this side should be perfect. Let's go test fit it. Trans tunnel. Bam, bitches. And we're just gonna, you know what I'm saying? Weld that motherfucker up.
I'm still a virgin to heartbreak. I'm still the same boy that I was. Golden brown, look so down. In LA, found your way. Golden brown, look so down. In LA, found your way. When I'm sad, I remember when you said, that you love me, you said, when you said.
There's two drain bolts. One of them gets through the socket. And
Yeah. You're crazy. What's how you're trying to go?
Alright, thanks to Ethan, my bay is almost complete. He welded in these plates for me. I just cut that bottom piece off and hammered it in so it's sitting a little bit more flush. We got this welded on all the way. I already sanded down the grinds a little bit. Fits good under the steering shaft. Looks pretty nice. It's gonna look a lot nicer when I bondo it all up. And alright guys, last you guys saw, we were welding in these plates. They did get a bit of surface rust, but that's okay. Nothing we can't sand down. So the reason for this cut right here, as you can see, I'm pulling the whole bottom section out to hammer it up so I have more room in my trans-tunnel area. And my buddy's gonna weld this up right here for me. So I've pulled it out a little bit. We're gonna hammer it up. It should be good. We're just gonna try out the wire wheel. Alright, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna apply some bondo. Make sure it's all clean. And then we can start working on bondo. All cleaned up, ready for some bondo. I have it mixed up right here. Mix some bondo and some hardener on this plastic plate. Have my scraper right here. I'm gonna start on this side. I'm gonna grab a little bit since I've never done this before. And just layer on there.
That you love me, when you said, when you said, when you said.
Also guys, I've never done this before, so don't give me too much crap. So we got our bondo down, then some hardener with it, mix it up. This is the second coat before I sand it all down. Trying to get in all the holes. Same with this side. Trying to fill in everything and then I'll sand it down all smooth. Have it all sanded down. Get spray over it. Just see what it looks like. I don't care if it's super perfect. This bay isn't going to be show car quality or anything. It's going to be a drift car. It's going to be abused. Here's what it looks like. All primered up. Keep in mind I will sand down some of the rough edges on the side, up above, and some of those rough edges as well, but I'm just waiting for Ethan to come over so we could weld that all back up. I hammered it up earlier so I'd have a bit more room in my transmission tunnel. So that's what that looks like for right now. I'm not done yet. Still need to get that part of it done. Once that's all done, I'll bondo that back up, sand it all down, clean it up, and then I could take off front fenders. I'll take out my subframe and my suspension, and then we will paint the entire front portion of this car, primer at least. So the whole bay, whole underside of the frame rails, underneath the fenders. We'll get under all that and get that painted, but for right now, pretty happy. All right, back over at Zach's, trying to get all this smooth. I've already sanded a lot of it down, but all these rough edges, this rough edge right here, it's mostly flat. Get these edges in the corner. Need a little bit more right there. Some more right there. Getting all the sides. Getting that all smooth, and I want to get that corner smooth as well. And then working on this right now. There's a lot of sanding to do. Also want to work on this side a little bit. Kind of sand it down all nice so it looks like it's part of the car. Super solid. Gotta do the same to this side. This is what it looked like before. Spots everywhere. Gonna clean it up just like this side. Alright, a little update after sanding for a while. I've got it pretty flat, looking much better than what it was. It's all flat. This part looking pretty good as well. Got all down here, got all the side, got the corner. Gonna spray that down and then that'll end it for this video. I'll finish that up next video. This is what it looks like all painted. It's looking pretty good. Like I said, I don't need it to be perfect. It's a drift car, but it'll fit the LS. We smashed up the trans tunnel quite a bit, so I just need to finish that portion off once Ethan loads that piece for me. I need to trailer the car over to him.